Live on there.
We all live, son.
Is everybody in?
Yeah, we good. We good to go.
Very much.
I don't know you like that, John.
They say I don't know you like that. No.
First time, man. Come down,
It's
man.
like that.
Hey, until I get this. Until I get this, I don't know you.
That's how we kicking it off, man. Okay. Old Heads, episode 48. We are in the building. Saturday night, coming from the basement once again. Playoff edition. We got a great show today for you guys. If you don't know, I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. I'm going to go ahead and let my co-hosts introduce themselves, and we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. Old Heads, episode 48.
Yeah.
Yiddy!
The boy Bills, man. Old Heads, holla at us.
Man, Endo G, man. French loaf out east, man. Y'all already know.
French Loaf. Special guest today, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
I'm Jordan. First time on the podcast. Looks exciting. Feels exciting. I love the energy here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Jordan in the building, man. I had to invite him, bro. He told me, like, sports, man, young man. That's what we here trying to do, man, trying to bridge that gap. So, you know what I'm saying, bridging the young and the old. And, man, one thing we can all do is respect the game, man. Respect the game, man. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. And, hey, playoff, we told you guys, who do you think is coming out the East and who do you think is coming out the West? Who wants to kick that off?
This should be a relatively easy one. It's
No, it should.
it's the Bucks.
What?
It's gonna be the Bucks, and like the only reason I say I'm gonna say it like a lot of people say, I gotta physically see the Celtics. I gotta physically see the Sixers beat them. But as of right now, they're the most well-rounded team because not only are they sound during the regular season, but they get tougher in the playoffs. And that's the only thing. We talking playoff ball. I've seen a 76er team with equal to the talent that they have right now, and an Embiid going off, still get beat. But I haven't seen a Bucks team getting on a roll get beat that easy. It's going to take a lot of firepower because they got some depth on that bench. So I just think they're the more complete team right now. Boston, I don't know if Boston got it this year. I still think they're going to run into troubles with Giannis. I still think that they're going to fall to a lot of the same problems they fell to last year. Nothing's really changed with them to me to make me see that where I've seen the Bucks get deeper.
Didn't they beat them last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, light skinned dude hit what? Like
Well,
9
Bucks-
or he hit like 11 threes.
But
Close bucket.
I can't see
Shots
that.
are fired.
I can't.
I've seen it.
No,
You said we gotta see it. I've
No,
seen
we're
it.
talking about this year. We're talking about like this year. We're not talking about last year. This is this year. This is a different team from what they had last year. They
Philly-
didn't have Middleton.
Philly is a different team.
That is true, but I haven't seen it in the playoff yet. I've
That's true.
seen a
That's true.
similar
Yeah.
Philly
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
We equal talent like this, get to the playoffs and shit the bed numerous times. So my faith in them, I gotta physically see that. But this year, I seen Boston didn't really change a lot of their personnel. This is pretty much the same Boston team where the Bucks got deeper, and they barely lost that series without a Middleton and without no depth on that bench. Now they have depth. Now they have Middleton back. Granted, I don't think Middleton's 100%.
Nope.
And I'm only gonna think,
White boy Pat ain't 100%.
bro. But I still think they got the edge.
Portis ain't even 100%.
Who you got coming out the East?
But they deep.
The winner of Philly, Boston. I'm going Boston. Boston is the better team.
Boston?
Yeah, you said we gotta see it. We seen it last year. They went to the finals,
I
and they're a
agree.
better team mentally this year. They
And
tougher.
also, you got to stick with the statistics. Boston has the most wins in playoffs in history.
They ready.
That's a
I
good
think
point.
top 5 in both offense or defense, at least top 10. Those teams usually win the championship. I didn't want to say about Golden State when they were little that year, but they were and they did.
Facts.
But like I said, they did it without Middleton. And Middleton is a big scorer because when Middleton's healthy, they won a ring. That's the same almost team with a healthy Middleton. They got a ring.
Middleton got a flat tire right now.
We'll see. I got to see it in the playoffs.
Okay, didn't the Bucks rely a lot on Giannis last year? A lot on Giannis and isn't he hurt?
That's because Middleton was hurt. Middleton wasn't even in the series last year. He was hurt last year.
Well,
That's
no,
why they
Giannis-
were. But that's why because.
Giannis is hurt.
But Giannis's injuries aren't like the injuries, and he has like a nagging knee in the hand, and Giannis can play through that. What I'm saying is, if Middleton comes in there and can give them 20, that's the 20 they were missing from last year, and that's why they lost. But now they have a deeper bench. So now you can give guys like Middleton and Drew a little bit, time on the bench because they're so deep on the bench right now. This is the deepest Bucks bench I've seen in a long time. I mean, they're deep.
They kind of soft though.
But that bench, man, they have a.
When Tucker was there, they had two dogs. They had a dog on the floor at all times between him and Portis. With Tucker gone, a little bit of that edge is there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like a full 48-minute.
That's where Jay Crowder come in though. And this is where Bobby Portis comes in for his couple of minutes. And then don't forget Brook Lopez. Like, they got enough. Like, the weirdest stat right now is how good Brook Lopez is defensively. And that's the one thing we not bringing up. Last year, he was decent. This year, he's great. Like, he's in a lot of the high categories for defense.
Let me ask you this. Because I know Tucker can't guard Embiid, but he can do a way better job than a Crowder. There's no one
defensively or offensively, because PJ Tucker can
defending.
The thing about PJ Tucker,
Joel Embiid, Joel is a big ass problem. He is a big ass problem this year. This year, out of any other year, he is a big ass fucking problem.
Definitely.
And no matter who match up again, whether it's Boston, whether it's the Bucks, I'm talking about the top tier teams in the East and the West, they gonna have to pack their lunch.
I like that.
They gonna wear you out, and if you got a big man that's good, guess what? Keep him in the game because he might get in foul trouble, he might get tired, all types of shit to be over here trying to do your little fancy offense shit. You have to get back down here and guard Joel Embiid.
I can see that.
You say Jordan, who you think could be coming out the East?
I was
Boston?
agree with Celtics, yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be on your own, Hendo. I got Boston coming out the East. They're the only team to be in the top 5 in defensive rating and scoring. Also, I think the experience of losing in the finals last year will be huge for them. Another reason is Boston.
I want to pick Philly now. Ain't nobody big Philly.
Another reason I think Boston is going to make it is because they're a really good free throw shooting team. They shoot 81% from the line as a team. No other team made more free throws than Boston. 1,436 made free throws throughout the season, which was number 1 in the league. And in the playoff, Boston has a multitude of players who can break down the defense and get their own shot. Something that I don't think the Bucks have. I think they have Brogdon, they have Tatum, they have Brown. And when you start to get to the last 2 minutes, you need those guys that can get to the line and can slow things down. Hey, we're down 1. Brown, go ahead, get the foul. Hey, it's a good chance you might get an and one. If you don't, I'm confident enough you can make those free throws.
So basically, we all right.
So when you I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying when you look at per se the Bucks, it's Giannis, and then how confident are we that when it comes down to those clutch times that Giannis are going to make those free throws? And I think in that aspect, he's a lot like Karl Malone, where Karl Malone is a phenomenal scorer, but when it comes to those clutch time and hitting those free throws, that's when he gets exposed.
I ain't know Karl Malone had that stigma. I thought that was just that one Sunday.
I mean, yeah, per se, but it was a big Sunday.
It was a very big Sunday. I just felt like John Starks, you know what I'm saying? Or no offense, but Nick Anderson, I love you. I know you love you, Nick, but
but that's why I think Boston. But yeah, man, I think you definitely make a good point. The Bucks, as much as I hate to say it, Grayson Allen's playing his best ball he's ever played. Bobby Portis, he's a good chance he's already a 6 Man of the Year finalist. So I mean, it can really go either way. But I just think this year, I think Boston's going to make it. But who you got coming out the West, Hendo?
Phoenix. I think Phoenix is. I mean, as much as I want to go with the Warriors, I think when they run into KD, I think KD has something on to prove off his chest, which leads into that next one. That's why I think he has the most to prove in the playoffs is KD right now.
I like that.
They ain't got no bench though.
No, but that starting 5, you don't really need to because what you have KD go in, explode out real quick, give him a couple minutes on the bench, let the bench kind of maintain that motherfucker, and then run him back in there.
They play the Clippers first though. Clippers deep as hell.
They is, but you know what? The Clippers have always been deep as hell. Don't do shit. I I can name
Fuck
6
up.
different years of the Clippers with them motherfuckers was deep as shit. And did
This is different
motherfucking
personnel, different coach though.
Yes, but like you said, would you go off history?
Ah.
Don't Dogs have a history of winning so many, just like they got a history of losing a lot in the playoffs. A lot.
Well, with that being said, I got Phoenix too.
You don't know?
I
No,
had
I don't
Phoenix
know.
the
I
whole
really don't.
time.
No.
Man.
Y'all, hope y'all got Phoenix.
I got Phoenix,
Y'all
man.
think
I
they
think KD
killed
got the
enough?
most to prove. I just think he has to prove. Like,
But any team that KD is on,
He got a shot. I feel like
Yeah.
him and Devin Booker, man, can hold it down
It's-
enough to it.
it's not that I don't think the Warriors
consistently
can't win. It's just sometimes when you win last year, you ain't got that heart, that fight. To, you know what I'm saying? Once you lose fight over edge. You know what I'm saying? You
I
can,
don't
once
know.
you
I
once you
feel
win a
like-
lot of games, they lose fight. Who has something to prove on that team? Clay, Curry, Draymond Green. Nobody has nothing to prove.
Curry's not
KD has
doing well.
everything to prove
You know
right
how,
now.
You know how in boxing and fighting, you look at styles
Yeah.
against motherfuckers. That's what I look at when I look at different teams.
Mhm.
So when I look at KD and Booker, I look at them being more of a problem for motherfuckers consistently and accepted
Right.
against any team, against every team they can
Booker
face.
put up 40. KD put up 39.
I
and then
mean,
you got some other guys that come sprinkling
that's
like another
extravagant.
15 and 8 might get 10 and 20 on the reports.
Mhm.
Like you sprinkle that in there, that math is nuts.
Mhm.
But then they got to go to the bench.
That's the
and
problem.
this is,
I like Cameron Payne.
and I do. And I think, like, the bench doesn't have to win, they have to sustain, if that makes sense.
Mm.
You have to just be able to
Yeah.
just play enough defense and give just enough offense for your starters to get a breather. And that's all you have to do, sustain. That's what a lot of teams do. They go up by a lead, let the little bench players in. As soon as the lead get cut down to 8 or 10 points, all right, we're going to start trickling a starter at a time in. Every time out until that starting 5 out there so we can give breaks. But they deep. They deep off the bench. But like I said, once
They
you
got
get
their hardest series right out the gate though. That 4 or 5
once you
is
go up
always
30 points,
crazy.
you know how deflating that is?
Yeah, but if you playing against them, you like, okay, they gonna get their 65 points or something.
Right.
You gotta stop the rest of the team from getting another
We get-
60.
One second, gotta give a shout out to Lawrence out there. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love, showing love to the podcast, man. Appreciate it, Lawrence.
Thanks, Lauren.
But go ahead and finish that thought, man. My fault. I had to show some love out there.
We got Phoenix, man. You know what I'm saying? It just
Y'all
made
subscribe,
too much
man.
sense.
Subscribe.
But honestly, what I actually wrote down was whoever's the winner of the Phoenix Clipper series could come out the West. I just feel like if the Clippers could win a series against a really good team, then maybe, you know what I'm saying, the wheels are starting to turn enough where if they can get in at least one weaker series where they're supposed to win, maybe they can get that job
Ain't gonna be
done.
this year.
who's
And
projected?
I don't
to
know.
win the
I don't know. I just know they're deep as hell.
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yeah,
Oh, you-
Phoenix.
you
Is,
said
it
you
literally
know-
go
you said you
Phoenix
know-
Warriors
I
are
don't
the two
know.
favorites.
No.
Yeah, Warriors still should be considered that. It's
Well,
up they
what
trying to
about
insert
last year?
Wiggins in.
What about last year? Were the Warriors?
I see that's the thing. I had the Warriors. I
said
That's
the
what I
Warriors
thought.
last
Didn't
year.
they
Last
get
year
pretty
going
far
on.
last
They
year?
won. They won
Yeah,
last
exactly.
year. Yeah, I mean, I see Golden State coming out the West. Nothing outside of the previous rings that they won tell me that Golden State will come out the West. But when you look at their top 10 right now, they aren't top 10 in offensive rating, and they're tied with some other team in defense, tied in 10th and defensive rating. But the Warriors are still the Warriors, and I look at matchups. When you look at Golden State and Sacramento, Sacramento
They
is
beat
one
the
of
Clippers. If they
Sacramento
beat the Clippers, they
is
gonna beat
the
them.
most efficient. Just crazy stat. They're the most efficient offensive team of all time this year.
You talking about Sacramento?
Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
I remember
But-
another team that
but-
was good like that. Too.
Exactly, but defensively they're not
Hawks.
good. So
Oh,
I think
wow.
So I think now when you look at come playoff time, you're going to have to outscore Golden State, and I think come playoff time, Golden State being who they are, that experience I think is going to expose the Kings. Now I don't think it's going to be easy, but I definitely see them winning that in 6. Now if they play Ja, Wiggins is going to be coming back. Wiggins and having Gary Payton on
Gary
top
Payton.
playing
They just got
Ja
him back.
on
Yeah,
top
Gary
of
Payton. Let's talk about him.
possibly throwing people like Kuminga at him, and then Golden State being so savvy and being a older team can absolutely get Jaren Jackson into foul trouble. And if they don't have Jaren Jackson, no one who can control that paint,
They hurt.
they can drive and kick, and that can be. Now I get playing on the road, But Golden State, they're such a veteran team, and we've seen them do it several times.
Yeah.
I don't think that road thing is so much going to affect them come playoff time as much as people think. So I got Golden State personally coming out the West. The only team that could possibly get in trouble was Denver. And going right on to our next part of the segment, talking about Denver possibly could give them a little trouble, but that's because of Jokic. But I think Jokic has the most to lose when it comes to this playoff. Him being a back-to-back champion, it's that stigma. If you're back-to-back MVP, it's that stigma. If you're a back-to-back MVP, you should, you know what I'm saying, win a championship. So Larry Bird did it. I believe Magic did it, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of that, hey, you're great in the regular season, but what can you do in the playoff when it really counts? So I think he has that much to prove.
Shit, the pressure ain't on the Joker. The pressure's on the voters then. They didn't want to keep voting his ass MVP.
I mean,
He doing the
I
same shit
think he
he do every year.
I think-
I'm gonna go with Golden State.
Golden State?
Golden State.
I like that.
I think KD got the most.
You think got the most to lose in the playoff?
KD. Because
Yeah.
KD,
Oh,
KD
100%.
arguably has the best team right now. You left a team to go to the best team in the West. They were the best team in the West, I believe, at the time before you even got there. And then you add your little 30 or 40 points on it right now. But if you guys lose, that looks like a bust move almost. I mean, granted, next year will look promising as
I'm about
shit.
to say,
The next year looks super promising. But if they lose this year and don't make it to the final or don't win the finals, that's kind of deflating.
I feel like that's a lot on Chris Paul then, because the
He
older
already out the
get,
door.
Chris Paul.
I mean, but for his legacy, he may.
He's retiring next year.
So who you say then? Who you saying Chris Paul?
No, I say LeBron James. I'm keeping a foot on the pedal on fam because he said he was a GOAT. I sat back and watched him on the shop on his TV show say, that's when I knew I was a GOAT. And talking about when he beat the 73 and 19.
Okay.
No, man, no. You're
You're
not the
not
GOAT
the
for that. No, you're not the GOAT for that. That is GOAT behavior like a mother effer. I will give you that. I ain't trying to take no credit away from fam. Got love for him. You know what I'm saying? We got the kicks on. We fuck with you.
Yeah.
Same point in time though. Nah, man. If you saying you the GOAT, and this is the narrative about your career, then these are the times where you gotta show up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all the excuses are over with for y'all. Y'all all finally here and healthy. Y'all got the right team around y'all. Westbrook is gone. Beverly is gone. Y'all got the wing defenders. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got backups for AD, so you ain't got to play center all game. Everybody healthy. It don't matter what slot y'all get in as long as you in the play-in. You made it in the play-in. They celebrated like they won the championship while they made fun of Minnesota last year. And now you here, and now what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, they got a good shot. If they play up to their potential, maybe they should be in the finals. Matchup-wise, it makes a lot of sense.
The thing about that, man, and even watching when
teams
the
they
Lakers
play?
played against the Timberwolves for playing, when I
The
watched that
Timberwolves
game,
are hard. Okay.
I don't think AD got it for this year. I don't think it's going to be a lot of pressure on LeBron to do it. I don't think the way I watched him play in that game, he was like, man, this could go either way. That's the look he had on his face.
Man, look.
But I think AD, man, because AD he be playing injured a lot. Like I seen him in Towns battling down there, and the next thing you know, I just see AD rubbing his shoulder for the whole quarter. They like, what's going on with AD? He look injured again. Like, man, what is your regimen? How you working out, fam? You too big to be this frail. And it's sad to see this, man, because it's going to come down to him having a bad performance and everybody going to shit on him. That's what it's going to be, because LeBron can't do no wrong.
You sure can.
All right, LeBron going to give you 28, 30 points, and what's going to happen is AD going to come up short. He going to only have 10 points, probably have 8 rebounds, and they going to lose an 8-point game. That's exactly what's going to happen. Because if AD could give you another 10 points or something, give you 20 and 10 like he was kind of supposed to do, right? That's what he there for. I just think it's going to be too much pressure. I don't think he can do
He
it.
ain't there to give him 20 and 10. He there to get
10 and 20?
33 and 15. Or 32 and 15. I'm telling you, that's what they expect him to take the reins over. And we seen him do it a little bit too, especially when LeBron went out that last time. That LA team went on a run without LeBron James to end the year. LeBron was out for a second. AD took those reins. D'Lo was out a little bit too, and he is very inconsistent. He is not a guy.
Super inconsistent.
Yeah, him and Zach LaVine, they in the same
They
room.
the same nigga.
They in the same room. They hit one game, they go on the next. But yeah, man, we have to see where they go. But Ain't nobody else out there calling themselves the GOAT. So when you call yourself the GOAT, and we already know who his daddy is.
Pops, yeah, Pops.
And we know who his daddy is,
Pops.
who Pops is, Michael Jordan, Michael Jeffrey.
Pops.
Boy, when we know who Black Jesus is already,
Yes, sir.
it's kind of hard overtaking it. You can't just tell me. You ain't gonna spit on me and tell me it's raining.
Whoa.
You ain't Will Chamberlain.
I'm
Who'd you say? You said, who'd you say KD had the most to lose as well?
Yes.
Coming out there.
Yes.
Talking about, that's crazy. Talking about
You said you ain't gonna
spit.
spit on me.
Talking about spit.
Dang.
That's that Will
We gotta
Chamberlain.
talk about the
Will
punch.
You should
Chamberlain
get
really did
personal.
that.
We got, yeah, he did. He actually, you never heard that story?
Yeah, he actually
Will
did that.
Chamberlain and Bill, I think it was Bill Russell.
It was Kareem.
It was Kareem, excuse me. It was Kareem. They got in the elevator, and another gentleman walked in, and he looked up to Will Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain was 7'1", 7'2", and he asked him how was the weather up there. Will Chamberlain spit on him and told him it was raining. So
That was I
that's
heard
a
about
real
that
story. That's a real
but I didn't
story.
think it was-
That's a true story. Yeah, Will
Yeah.
Chamberlain supposedly did.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. But
That's
talking
what she
about
said.
spitting on somebody, I know somebody spit on me like you getting punched. I don't care who you is. I don't care if you 4 months old. I'm punching the shit out your little no teeth ass.
Keep my daughter away from this shit.
But the punch heard around the world. I don't know if he spat on him or what. But Rudy Gobert punching slow-mo in the chest.
He gonna do that.
How did y'all? That's his nickname. I love Kyle Anderson.
Yeah,
I've been watching
his
him in
name
high
is
school.
That nigga's jumper is so fucking slow. That he has the slowest, most consistent jumper I've ever seen. He literally go through his motions and think it all through.
He shot worse than Bill Cartwright. He got one of the worst shots
At least
I've
Bill
ever
Carr.
seen.
Hey,
Nah, Jordan. No,
hey, no. Oh no, that
Michael
nigga.
killed Jokers.
Hey, the elbow.
Who?
Michael's killed Jokers.
He popped the
Oh
elbow.
yeah, that was bad.
Michael
That was
Kidd, he
bad.
popped the elbow.
Michael
Yeah.
killed Jokers.
He had a 2-part jumper. He had to. That's what he had to pop his elbow in like that. It was the most. It's top 3 most awkward looking jump shots.
Bill Cartwright used to swing that.
Other than the Matrix. Remember the Matrix shit?
Yeah, Sean
Yeah.
Marion.
Oh yeah.
He had to flip.
Yeah.
He jumped so high, he flicked it right from his chest.
Yeah, he
That
was
was stupid.
That's crazy.
It was a few years though when that
That's
shit
what
was
I said.
going.
I mean, if it worked, it worked. He was a
making
college
that
kid.
shit
You have to check
But he
it out.
didn't make the league because of his shooting.
Nah, but he stayed in the league
Matrix.
and he won
Oh,
a
he was
championship.
phenomenal.
No, but I'm saying
Because
he
of
wasn't
that
in
shit.
the league because of his shot. He was doing because he can jump and
Yeah, but he-
you know he's a
but
freak
he-
athlete,
yeah.
but he could shoot, but he
Later
didn't
in
make
his
the league.
career, though, he was
Ain't nobody
killing
look
it.
over there like, man, that jumper's wet. We gonna put him on the team. They're like, man, he jumping out the gym. He bamming on cats. He played crazy defense.
Oh,
like,
man.
yeah, come on.
Quick as hell. Quick rebounding too.
They were gonna
But
try and
how'd you feel about that, Jordan? The Rudy Gobert punch. Did you see it at all?
Yeah, the two.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that? You think it was warranted? Did he get, supposedly, I guess he called him a bitch.
That's.
He told him to
I
shut
was
the
talking
fuck
about,
up,
I was
bitch.
talking to my brother about that. He was like, it was warranted. Yeah.
Warranted.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
Like you said, if anybody spits on you, you're gonna take it.
yes and no. Yes and no. Mind you, these are two I would call damn near almost like a veteran position. Rudy's a vet to me. Okay.
I like it.
I watched Golden State go through the same shit in their practice earlier in the year. This is a crazy time to wait this far in y'all motherfucking season to do this. Because now it reflects against y'all season. Because Rudy G was out for that game, and then Numbnuts went over there and punched a fucking immovable object and broke his fucking hand, which I think is the stupidest shit ever. I'm sorry, I hate that people have to see stupid shit like that, because this is the same shit I used to tell people in high school when you see them punching lockers. One of them shits ain't gonna move, and I guarantee it's gonna be the locker not moving.
Yeah.
That means some shit in your hand gonna move.
Yeah.
And this is your shooting hand, you fucking retard. I hate to be like that, but it don't make no fucking sense to punch with your shooting hand and you a shooter. So going back to Rudy G, I mean, works in exchange and do that, but this cost you a game. And right now, they talking about the trade, whole situation to get him there was a bust trade. This ain't panning out for him, and he might be on the move again. So with this being said, why is you throwing a wrench and what you already got is a fucked up work? You know what I'm saying? The gears is already fucked up and you just throwing another wrench in there. Like, Rudy G, you gotta be a better player. I understand people are going, but this ain't the first time a motherfucker told you to shut the fuck up, bitch. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. But for you to reach over here and hit this man in his belly from 14 feet away, served you no purpose, and now you got ejected. You had to leave the game, and then you got a suspension. That's a dummy move from a veteran person on your team that's supposed to be here to help y'all out. That's a dummy move on him. You got to do better. You got to be a leader. They missing a leader over there. You can't. Anthony Edwards is good, but he's still young. I just watched this man shoot 3 for 12 in the playoff playing game and get dusted. Granted, he might have been hurt a little, but damn, you got to do better, my guy.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel, Dion. Anything? No?
Man, I feel like you wasn't much to do about nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? The teams, you know, they go through these things, and I like the way they handle it. That's what I want to say about this shit. They always like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, the family, man, basically, and you gonna get into an argument or something with your brother sometimes, especially in these heated ass moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very high energy type of moment, high emotional moment. Like, all this adrenaline shit is flowing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing for the play-in. It's a lot at stake here. You know what I'm saying? And not just bragging rights. This is money to feed your family here too. You winning rounds and shit. And you know what I'm saying? You trying to get the best out of your guys is the root of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the frustration when you feel like you're not performing up to par type shit. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes motherfuckers may say some things, you know, that might be very abrasive. You know what I'm saying? I.e. Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at him for that, so I ain't mad at Slow Mo for that. And you know what I'm saying?
They do suicides all the time.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like my kids. And I ain't mad at motherfucking fans for stealing on them. Because guess what, man? Like, this is all shit that can happen, but they got over it. You know what I'm saying? They got over this shit.
What did they say in the interview afterwards?
Dog said, I believe Kyle Anderson said that they was family. They had an intense moment. They step up. You know, that's really his brother in war, but sometimes things get, you know, misconstrued, emotions get high and stuff like that. I didn't see what Rudy G said because he had to sit the suspension because it was his move. So everybody came up to Anderson and was asking him questions. But at the same time, it's like, if we a family and you not here to help represent us, you taking away from the family.
Right.
This is some shit we could have talked about in the locker room. We could have had the same scuffle in the locker room. I'm like, all right, you know, Rudy G, to me, I'm not mad at him for trying to do that, but if that's the case, do it in the locker room. I'm saying you not being here kind of cost us an opportunity to get a better seating.
Who suspended him? Did the league suspend him?
The league suspended him and the team suspended him because it was like, it's like I said, when you sign your contract, you know, it's disclaimers and shit like that. And since he did that on national TV in the middle of the game, the longest time I say you only 500 million cameras seen you do that. Niggas with cell phones was all here like, oh shit, really hit his ass. It's just not a smooth move on the court. Like, to me, you got to be a more composed player because how are you going to come in here and demand respect but you swinging on niggas? Like, and the first, it's crazy. If you really peep it, one of the dudes after the bench, before he even came and try to push him off the bench, which makes me seem like motherfuckers already might have had a little tension with him already, how quick he came up and pushed him. Like, mind you, dude just told me to shut the fuck up, bitch. And like, I'm not finna like, shut the fuck up? What the fuck you mean? And right when he about to move, somebody sitting where Omar sitting right here came up and grabbed him first. That makes me think that there's not a lot of chemistry over here because that kind of exposed your team. That's what I'm saying. Shit like that, people be like, damn, I wonder if they can. We seen it now. So I think that's going to cause some destruction. I think Rudy going to be back out. I think they're going to trade him for some of them picks back when they go something.
Yeah. Well, they played pretty good since the altercation. They came back and won that game, then they won their next game. So, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like, you know, on the court, it seemed like everything's all good. I seen Slow Mo throwing out used to go bare and everything after that. They slapping five and shit. So
sometimes you just got to figure it out though too. But
gonna pivot just a little bit, really quick. The Bears think they should move back right now, really quick. Hendo, yes or no? Should they move back? Nope.
That's enough moving on.
They ninth.
They're ninth?
They ninth pick right now. Should they move back?
I'm gonna say move.
Yeah,
they
gotta focus on
you
their...
need to move and make, as long as, you know what I'm saying, we still getting quality players.
And I don't think and see that's the problem.
If it's not that, and you just trade down from great talent, you know what I'm saying, and you just missing out on that, then don't do that. You don't want to miss out on Patrick Mahomes getting serviceable guys. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say they gotta focus on their defense, the ends of the line, because they're not really strong right now. Their linemen.
I like that. We definitely need something in the trenches. I would say absolutely not. I would say stay at 9. I've seen one mock draft, maybe a few, where they say Jalen Carter. Where they have us taking Jalen Carter at 9. And if we can get Jalen Carter, who's I mean, arguably the best player. He's regarded as the best player by Mel Kiper in the draft. And he might not necessarily be that double-digit sack guy, but getting pressure up the middle is something that great quarterbacks really hate. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, being able to get that pressure up the middle is something that they hate. So I think if we can get a Jalen Carter, because like Jordan said, we don't have a lot of talent off the edge. But if you can get somebody in the middle that's demanding double teams, and those guys on the edge who might be okay become really good on one-on-ones now. So I think if he's available at 9, you either go him. I already said Skoronski, but yeah, I think if Jalen Carter is available at 9, you have to go for a player like that. So I say no, but going right to basketball, man. Hendo. We did our all NBA team, so we don't know who picked, so it might be interchanging. So hey, we just y'all let us know who y'all think should be on the all NBA team. Jordan gonna let us know when we're all done who we think at least one player on each team. So, but Hendo's gonna kick it off. Hendo, who do you think should be all NBA first team this year?
All NBA. Yeah, we don't own the rights to that. Shit. Let me just go ahead and take him off the board, man. KD, man. We're not even talking about the league if KD ain't involved in the All NBA. We not.
No, your 5 players.
Oh, you want all 5 right now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
KD, Giannis, Curry, KD, Giannis, Curry, Ja Morant, and De'Aaron Fox.
Wow.
You can put LeBron in there.
Nope. Because I think all these guys have a little bit more uproom. I think LeBron's on the decline. I think he might make like the second team, but I don't think this is his best year. I think there's a lot of people out here doing a little bit better.
Third team.
Second team, BI all NBA second team.
Second team, we got Dame, the boy Shea, Kawhi, motherfucking Joel, and Jimmy Buckets.
I like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Marcus, Kush, what's going out there? Salute, brother. Appreciate you checking in.
Captain Kush in the house.
Captain Kush. Captain Kush said, let's not forget, Rudy, the same nigga who got the league shut down over COVID.
He was touching the mic, playing around and shit, huh?
Thought it was a game.
Licking the mic and shit, boy. Got him and Donovan fucked
You know what
up.
I'm saying? Donovan was bad too.
That nigga left.
You know what I mean? That nigga mad as hell.
I'm catching with y'all niggas in Cleveland.
Yeah, shout out.
Too funny. He said he shut down the league with COVID. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
They did that. Yeah, all on him.
That is all on him.
LeBron, Kevin Durant.
This is all NBA first team. Who would you pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin Durant, Giannis, and then I'm gonna go with James Harden.
Wow.
Yeah.
James Harden did quietly have a really good fucking year, man.
He's still one of the
But
best
he also,
ISO players.
Alondo's went to Joel too.
He's still one of the best ISO players in the league.
Yeah.
He just got 13 assists today.
Oh,
He
yeah.
gave out
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He do just on the.
I had the All NBA third team. I went with at number. I didn't win in any order because I kind of feel like that's how All NBA teams should be. That's how it's going to be next year. So I went
If you
with.
gotta say that about a team, they don't win. They play hard.
I went with
true.
Julius Randle at 25-10, 4 assists, 47 wins, 5th seed for the Knicks.
Right.
Yeah, I got third team.
Right.
LeBron James,
Of course.
28.9, 8.3 rebounds,
That's why I
6.8 assists.
Third, second team.
DeMontis Sabonis, 19.3 points, 12.3 rebounds, 7.3 assists. Big in helping the Kings getting that third seed, which is huge for them. De'Aaron Fox, 25 points, 4.2 rebounds, 6.1 assists. Second and fourth quarter points, 547 points. My pick for the Jerry West Clutch Award. And I think my last pick for third team All NBA Jalen Brunson, man. 25 points,
Yeah, dog,
4.2
Yeah, the whole
rebounds,
reason Knicks-
6.1 assists.
Y'all might be
Second,
disrespecting
and then
Donovan Mitchell.
also to have the Knicks helping Randolph, helping Randolph get those Knicks team into the playoffs and playing well. That $100 million they paid him seems like a steal. So that was my All NBA third team. Y'all out there, let us know who y'all think should make, All NBA first team, All NBA second, All NBA third. So, man, y'all let us know, man. Y'all please go subscribe, man, on our Facebook page. Old Heads, please push that button and subscribe, man. Also, see Hendo, subscribe, man. Go on YouTube, man. Check us out on YouTube as well. Go subscribe, man. But moving right along, man. Playoff, and I kind of always found it interesting that a lot of guys play really well during the regular season, but I feel like what really separates players is during the playoff time, right? That's what makes guys great.
Yep.
I thought two players that really raised their game in playoff time was
Dellavedova.
Rajon Rondo and what was the other gentleman? Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Out of those two, who do you think
Jimmy Butler.
raised their game the most in playoff time? I see Jordan. Who you want? Who you say?
I said Jimmy Butler. He's known for raising his game right in playoffs, but he burnt himself out after what, a couple games.
Well, you talking with against the Lakers?
Yeah, no, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mechanic Jimmy.
Yeah, like a 40 motherfucking triple double.
Yeah, 40-point triple double.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you said Jimmy?
I said Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
What you got, B.I.?
Rajon
Rondo.
Rondo. I'm gonna tell you the main reason why I like Rondo. Nobody ever say this motherfucker won a ring with the Lakers and the Celtics. These motherfuckers are rivals. Like it's almost taboo to go from one team to another. When
That's
he
like
did
winning
that
both the
shit,
Bucks and the Bulls.
you know what I'm saying?
Dion
It's
always
worse.
Dion, the only person I can think of did it.
Yeah, Cowboys,
Cowboys,
49ers. I feel like Lakers Celtics is more known.
Oh, yeah.
a
Oh, yeah.
rivalry than them though.
Yeah.
Like
I feel that.
nobody ever speak about that. You know what I'm saying? I guess his role is lesser
I don't know.
with the Lakers, but
Boston. Ray Allen going from Boston to Miami.
I mean,
That
that
ain't
that wasn't a
really-
big rival. They made it the rival.
Yeah.
That was like a 2-3 year. That was never like
yeah,
a
that
whole
wasn't
rival.
before. That wasn't. Yeah.
That's like saying Lakers and Spurs. That's not a big
The
rival.
Miami Heat was established in the '90s
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
with Glenn Rice and them.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
wasn't no storied rivalry.
You said Rondo?
Rondo.
Rondo? What you say, Hendo? Who raised their game the most?
Gotta be Rondo. Shit, he got rings. If Jimmy would have raised the bar a little higher, he have a ring.
I
Shit.
gotta tell you,
And
that's
that's
always-
it. He's
that's
had
always-
ample opportunities to do it. You know, it's not like we can look at any Jimmy Butler team like, man, they just didn't have the personnel. Like every team has had like an ample chance. To me, they've had.
No. Bam out of
That-
value is my
that-
height.
that
He
Timberwolves
is
team-
not a center
the Timberwolves
in the
team, ample chance to win. They had chances to
NBA.
win.
Timberwolves. What are
Jimmy
we talking
Butler.
about?
Jimmy
They had an
Butler.
ample chance to win what?
Some games. Just wait.
Some game. Oh, I thought you was like talking about like a championship.
The Sixers. When he was waiting for the Sixers, they had a good chance to win some games.
He was only there for 1 year though.
They had a better chance. He made them tough. That was hard as they was
Yeah.
balling. All them niggas was playing like sissies till he came there.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He balled for them too. He balled for them.
I'm just saying, how he raised the bar sometimes might be toxic. That's what long story short, because there's a subtle way to bring your team up and there's a toxic way to bring your team up. Now either way can work. All right. Sometimes you gotta hit a motherfucker in their mouth to make them hoop right. All right. We seen Mike do it. We seen Kobe slap motherfuckers, but that don't work for everybody. Rondo was kind of like the bully, but he communicated well. You know, like, hey, Nick, you finna listen, dog. I'm gonna slap you in your shit. Because there's times he was getting into it with KG. And KG clearly is a size difference. If KG dumped that nigga on his head, he'd be
Rondo
hurt.
literally put the gloves on against Ray Allen and they boxed in the locker room.
Right.
Coaches, everybody seen the fight. Nobody will say who won. You know what I'm saying? But motherfucking, apparently I heard it was very close and basically got done with that. But yeah, he hit some people too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I'm going with that, but like I'm comparing them because they both known for that physical like locker room mentality. Like, listen, this is what the fuck we finna do. Everybody finna follow suit. If not, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I think Rondo did it to a way to where it was more cohesive and to where it worked out better. That's why I give it to him, because his proof is in the pudding. He has 2 rings, and he was a big part of each one of those rings.
He was.
And that's another thing. Sometimes we watch good players get to these big moments and kind of fizzle the fuck out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Iguodala with the 76ers, but he was burnt out. He was the only one doing it, but sizzled the fuck out. It happens. Westbrook, when he took any team in there and didn't have nobody there, fizzled the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth of what happens, But I feel like Rondo just kind of stayed. But Jimmy's like, sometimes he got to be a little ball dominant. He got to where Rondo, he didn't have to be ball dominant. He knew how to play, like, get people open. And that's kind of where, like, Jimmy does a good well, but Jimmy shoots more than Rondo does.
I'd rather have a guy, I guess a team, because Rondo had a team that was built with scores. But I'd rather have had to pick Rondo if he's on a team with good players, just any good players like that. I'd rather have Rondo, a guy who's looking to get 20 fucking assists.
Right.
And when a guy wants to get the rest of the team that involved, whoever's defending y'all is having a hard fucking time.
I agree.
They don't know where to look, where the ball is going.
All we got to do is we just got to stop Jimmy from putting up 20. If we hold him to 8, we done. Look, but he trying to get everybody. See, that's the difference right there. His cohesiveness with the team.
Stop Michael
that's what
Jordan.
makes that difference.
We can stop Jimmy Butler.
That's a good point.
Because he be working with his team. Like, he be trying to make motherfuckers like, look, bro, stand right there and shoot your shot. Where Jimmy be like, hold on, you just stand right there. I'm going to shoot my shot.
Yeah.
And he going to back him down. Get to that fadeaway.
That's why pissed me off against the Bulls, man.
Right.
He got Caruso on him. And then I said it too, one of the best defenders in the league. Yes, I know that about Caruso. But he is severely undersized, outmatched, and this is not his moment right now. With Jimmy Butler, with 3 minutes left to go, the game been tied for a minute. Can't nobody buy a bucket.
Jimmy Butler, his mouth was watering when he seen that motherfucker. Exactly. He's like, oh shit, man, give him the goddamn shot.
When he saw what?
Caruso guarding him. Because the league comes to this thing where these motherfuckers don't stay on man. They just fucking switch everything. And it sickens me. I hate watching this shit throughout any playoffs.
Everything
I'm sorry,
man.
man.
Is all strategy oriented. This is all Billy Donovan's fault,
No,
man.
but everybody switches off. This is the league.
To be losing like this.
When the Warriors beat LeBron and them, I watched LeBron switch off and literally push another motherfucker to go in front of KD. Yeah. That was one. I'm literally watching everybody in the playoffs switch off. Fuck that. If KD has the ball and I'm LeBron, nah, nigga, you go over there. Ain't no switching. I'm on him. I'm dogging him. Kawhi don't switch off. He stay right on him.
That's
a
coach's strategy. You know what I'm saying? Boston,
but that's the league. That's a league strategy. All the
across the league, a lot of people do it. Boston is crazy at it. This is why they're so cold. They switch everything.
They do, but they do it fast and they commit to it quick. Where a lot of people hesitate, and that's where motherfuckers get caught backdoor. And that's other teams aren't as disciplined as they are.
They smothered the shit out the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
I knew the Atlanta Hawks was gonna get beat, but not like this.
All you have to do is stop points. 2 scores. All you gotta do is make sure you can keep Trae Young. Just not comfortable, and just make sure you can keep Collins off the glass, and you can beat them.
They got to keep their whole team off the glass. That's what Atlanta was
true.
Good at. That's how Atlanta got into this playoff.
You right.
It was on the glass and hustle with those big dudes. They got a lot of power forwards.
Yeah,
big ass Capella.
I don't know. I think when you look at who raised that game better, I think for one to say, I think you guys are kind of conflicting 2 different things, right? Because I think when you I think we can compare who raised that game more. But when you start trying to compare Rajon Rondo to Jimmy Butler, you're looking at 2 different players in 2 different roles. Rondo never, per se, ever was really looked at as being the man in his role, whereas Jimmy Butler has been looked at as being the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are 2 different things. You can't really say, like, well, you know what I'm saying, Jimmy's got, you know what I'm saying, done this because Rondo's necessarily been put in that position to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, I think I have to take, both raised their stats, which is crazy. Both raised their stats in every major statistical category, top 5 categories. The biggest being the scoring department. Jimmy averaged 18.2 points, but then averaged 20 in the postseason. Rondo raised his scoring by almost 3 points at 2.7 points per game, 9.8 in the regular season, and 12.5 in the playoffs. Now, Jimmy has had some huge playoff games, including the 47 points Eastern Conference performance against Boston and 22, or as you look at his 40-point triple-double in the finals, being the third person in finals history ever to do so. Not only that, but he accounted for 73 of his team's points in the finals appearance, which is only one off of Walt Frazier's 74 points accounted for. But we play to win, and Rondo increased his play, led to championships. People forget about the 21 point, 7 rebound, 8 assists, 6 steal performance to close out the Lakers in Game 6. Also, let's not forget how important he was in that Lakers winning that chip in the bubble. Also, even when he played for Chicago in 17, a lot of people felt if he doesn't fracture his thumb, Chicago could have beat Boston. So even if it's close, but I would have to say Rondo. So I think who we have. You said
I said Rondo.
You said Rondo.
Yeah,
Rondo. Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, I can't be made. Like I said, he did every major statistical category. Jimmy Butler raised his stats in the playoffs, so I can't be mad at Jimmy. But I had to go with Rondo.
That's a fair choice.
But which is crazy. Leading right on to the next question, man. We're having a great show, man. Y'all go out there and subscribe, man. Wind it down. That great Chicago versus Boston first round matchup in 2009. Where would you guys rank that amongst the all-time playoff series? Top 5, top 10, the best, top 15. Where would you rank that 2009? Now I'm just going to put some stats out there, and I'll let you guys let me know what y'all put in. But I'll kick it off really. I have it top 5, and my reasons are no team won back-to-back games. 5 of those 7 games were decided by one basket. On top of that, when you look at 5 of those 7 games went to overtime, including a double overtime game, a triple overtime game. So I think the only reason why this isn't the greatest series ever is because it was in the first round and Chicago did lose because they were the underdogs. But if that wasn't the first round and Chicago wins, that's absolutely the greatest series I've personally ever seen in my life. But that's me. But that's going to throw those stats out there. Where you got it ranked, Tendo?
Number 4.
Okay.
I think I think the Jordan push off was my number 1 because that was just a crazy series because that went. I remember watching the Bulls and the Jazz going in that series. I think watching the Warriors come back and beat OKC when they was down 3-1.
Okay.
That was unheard of at the time, man. They came back from 3-1 and swept it out, just ran them out. They just run, what was it, 4 games straight?
Yeah.
That's nuts. And then I got Kawhi Leonard, that series when he hit that bucket over Embiid. That was a crazy series. That was a crazy series because that shot, if that shot don't drop, it's easily the Sixers going in. That's a whole nother game. That's crazy. Watching that was huge. And then I got them right there after that. So number 4, I think on my list. But that was mine. Yeah, leading up to the 4.
Okay.
I get that joint, man. Honestly, the best I can give him is maybe top 25. Yeah, I'm saying that's what I'm going with it, man. I can't even lie. I've seen a whole bunch of basketball, man.
You said you got the Rob Horry over the Kings when he was the Lakers over the Kings.
Yeah, that was
Big, you know what?
Damn.
That was a close series too. That was the only other one. But
that's what I was thinking. Like it's a whole bunch of great series that I'm not even thinking about. I'm only trying to remember them all. I'm like starting like back when I first watched basketball when Chuck Person was doing this shit on motherfucking Larry Bird and shit, light their ass up, nigga, on a Sunday afternoon. Like,
that was crazy.
I'm thinking of like a whole bunch of series. I liked a whole bunch of series.
I remember watching them with Tumbo as a teenager.
Numbers, they was an 8 seed when they beat Seattle.
They beat Seattle, beat Atlanta, and he actually beat them in Seattle. They sit there, let that nigga throw the ball, ball.
That was a good ass series though. I think that was game 7 too though. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a great series.
It was one of the first time. It might have been the first time the Denver Nuggets were 8th seed
Yeah.
and the Seattle Supersonics were the #1 seed, and they
Yeah.
beat them in the first round. And you can go look at it. You can look at iconic. Dikembe Mutombo
Right.
playoff photo.
Right.
And he at the end of the game, he just falls on the floor, and he's got these long. He's just holding the ball, and his eyes are closed, and the camera's just standing over him and just sitting there. He's just holding the ball like with this big ass like smile on his face, and then he just throw the fucking ball and just start crying and shit. But it's like it's a great moment because like nobody fucking gave him a chance. Like you're an 8th seed, like. And Seattle, a lot of people felt Seattle that year had a really good chance of winning the championship because they had. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Gary Payton, who's a top 10 all-time point guard, and they had Sean Kemp, who's
Ricky
arguably
Pierce,
one of Sean Kemp is I wouldn't say but he's a top 5 in-game dunker of all time, and I would say probably a top 15 power forward of all time. But if you haven't seen him, if y'all haven't seen him, man, but check out Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, bro. Seattle Supersonics.
Willis Reed, that series.
Yeah, that was
came
crazy.
out at the end.
That was
He put 2
crazy.
buckets. Charles Barkley put down San Antonio.
Magic had to play
with the
center and
shot.
come in with the little sky hook.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's
about both of those when they played in the finals of the Celtics against the Lakers. Then the Lakers, the year when they beat. Hold on, because they only beat. Did they beat?
Remember they had to.
Well, I know when they lost.
They had to
when
beat
the Pistons
Sacramento.
Beat them.
They had to beat Sacramento. That
I'm
was
thinking
a
about
close
when
game.
Magic lost to Isaiah
Okay, you
Thomas.
going back, yeah.
That year, because I know they played the year before that, but Isaiah Thomas got hurt early in the series, couldn't finish the series, and he came back. That next year they won. I'm not sure how many times they played each other. I think it could have just been them 2 times. Yeah, just them 2 times because they beat the Lakers, and the next year the Pistons beat Trailblazers.
What was the year where I think that Nugget team went down like 2 or 3 run both series back to back and then ended up winning like 4 out 2? I think that might have been the bubble year when Jamal Murray was healthy.
Man, when he was,
And then, mind you, they was down 3-1 in a few series and ended up winning 4 out. And then he went back again, went down 3-1, then went 4 out again.
So did. Yeah,
I mean
he was
that
killing dog.
that's
That year.
I mean, there's like
Murray ain't back to that.
no, he not.
Murray ain't
He
get
not.
back to that. Yeah.
His best might be behind him, but I hope he
I
comes back.
hope he get back to that. That shit was crazy, man. I remember one shot around LeBron James. I don't know what the fuck he did. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what the fuck? This boy is on one. He was already lighting the ass up, but then he did that shit. I'm like, man, he just doing the fuck he wanted to. Like, nah, it's a video game now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was getting that ugly with him.
Have you guys played the new 2K? Or 2, yeah, you have. I don't like it. Compared to 2022.
I mean, they gotta do a lot of adjustments on that, man. That's a lot of broken stuff on that stuff, man. They gotta fix the alley-oops, they gotta fix some dribbles. It's just the game just told, man. Alley-oops would be a little bit smoother. Now you throw it up there, you don't know who might go and get it. I throw it up there, some dude come out man, listen, I had a guy running next to me on the baseline. I threw the alley-oop, a motherfucker from the 3-point line came through and tried to grab that motherfucker. He said, I didn't even know it was coming to me. I said, me neither. It was supposed to. They gotta fix that shit. Yeah, that shit broke. That shit broke.
How you feel, man? How you feel? But did you ever see that Bulls playoff series?
I didn't. I've only heard about it. I never sat down and watched the entire series, but I heard that they were super tired because they played like an extra game and a half.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
And barely got any sleep.
Yep. That's
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can go on YouTube and check it out, bro. But that series was absolutely. That was
great.
It was. That was a crazy. Like,
but for the series that I know right now, I would have to put it in maybe top 4, 3.
Okay. Any series that personally stick out to you that you can think of? Maybe that Golden State LeBron series, that Golden State.
Those were pretty good.
games.
Everybody was. I like hopping on the bandwagon. I felt like that's what I was doing that year.
No. I mean, it was great teams, bro. It was great fucking teams, bro. Great teams. I think when people were wrong on the bandwagon,
man, with Tim Duncan and them.
What about the?
Man, it's too many, dog.
Was it the Lakers when we had Derrick Rose, LeBron, and
That was the bubble team, wasn't it?
yeah.
That was. Yeah. That was. You talking about against Miami?
Yes.
That was a good series. That was entertaining because they did play hard.
They were
Miami played so hard.
What were they called? The three. They had a name.
It was crazy because that was the year Rondo had the best 3-point shooter average of his career.
Yeah.
It was in the bubble in the playoffs. Let's say he had the best percentage ever. He was shooting at such a high rate. It was like he's never shot this well.
I predicted before the game started. I said, motherfuckers who can't shoot, they about to be able to shoot. Because when you take the fans out, it's
Living in
going
the
to
gym.
affect people. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers are going to be affected by it. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of people screaming at you and shit like that. That's natural.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You take that shit out the equation, and you got a dude from Indiana lighting it up who came over to Phoenix now with KD. What's his name? This nigga turned to Michael Jordan in a goddamn boat. This motherfucker was hitting everything every night. You know what I'm
He
saying?
turned into Michael.
He
Jordan.
did. Some motherfucker in Indiana. He would. He in Phoenix now.
So we're talking about T.J. Warren.
T.J. Warren.
He's a natural born scorer.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
a scorer.
And you take them fans away.
He said he
Michael
turned
Jordan.
into
This motherfucker was
He
lighting
had
them
no
up.
problems.
Yeah.
On the real.
Then he was Michael Warren.
He said Michael Warren. I'm trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? He was like that. You know what I'm
He was
saying?
Michael Warren.
Everybody's looking at him too like,
He
what?
wasn't Pops.
I don't understand.
Yeah, he wasn't Pops.
I still understand.
Hey, man, great show today, man. But winding down, B.I., please tell these people what time it is.
Trade yourself.
Trade your motherfucking self. You already know. Time to trade yourself. Man, y'all let us know out there who need to trade themselves. B.I., who need to trade themselves this week?
Man, I seen this old hillbilly shit this morning.
Shit.
Georgia coach. Georgia coach Mark Taylor.
Oh,
That's his name.
Bless her.
Mark Taylor.
What did he do?
Mark Taylor. Man, you should go YouTube this motherfucker's his social media rant. It was a racist rant. You know what I'm saying? I said it included saying Atlanta's too black now. Used to be a good place. Mentioned the treaty. He saw he was driving the car. He said something like, because he was like videoing himself for like a homeboy. He was like videoing some shit. So he driving the car. That tree right there, that's good for a lynching. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else he said? He said, I forget what he was calling, but he didn't say the KKK or good old boy. He said something. But it was basically KKK, Proud Boys. I'm always at the Proud Boys should come up here and go hunting.
Wow.
Yeah, and just too many blacks. Like this motherfucker, it's like 2 or 3 clips of this motherfucker. You hearing it in his own voice. You know what I'm saying? So, the Georgia coach, Mark Taylor.
Fire him yet?
Oh no, not yet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they probably gonna have to after all of that.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're not gonna coach me.
I
You're not
mean,
gonna coach me. I'm not coming to practice.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, that was really bad.
That's for you.
How you in Georgia talking about
You.
niggas?
Yeah,
It'd be different if you was like in like a more like.
yeah, he was tripping.
It'd be
He was like,
Iowa,
they can have it now.
North Dakota, South Dakota. Like man, it's getting kind of dark out. I mean, I can see it like Iowa or something, North Dakota, South Dakota, or something like man, it's getting kind of dark out, whatever. But how you in Georgia where all
They can have it.
Dog, that like Georgia, Atlanta.
Apparently, he was down there for
That's
a
why
long
Ray
time.
Charles sung that motherfucking song, man.
Like,
They stay
that's-
acting like
that's the
Georgia.
They can have it now.
That's the
Georgia.
weirdest shit in the world. That's like being in Harlem, like I do declare.
You know what I'm
There are
saying?
so many Negroes.
I smell them.
I smell them because we were in Harlem. What? What are you talking
Boy,
about?
come on, man.
Trade yourself, sir. Trade yourself, sir.
Like going to Africa and not seeing a lion. Boy, it's impossible.
Yeah. Who need to trade themselves this week, Jordan?
I'm gonna go with, and it's not sports related.
That's
but
cool.
Lil Pump. When
Oh.
he tried to go after J. Cole.
Oh, little motherfucking Pump, man. I seen that gentleman. That's the one with, he got purple hair too.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Trade yourself,
He was at
sir.
the Trump rally.
Yeah.
That nigga Trump said his name. He called him Lil Pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Is that was him? I thought
Yeah.
that was 6.
No, that was him. Because he fucked up his name and called him Little Pimp instead of Little Pump.
That's right.
He was like, yeah, and here's Little Pimp. And he was like, yeah, and he had one of them hat on, like Make America Great hat on with all the little colored hair. Motherfuckers is like, yeah, okay, we know why you here. Uncle Tom just waited to that.
I would have loved to say
that's an open goofy.
Little Pimp.
Little Pimp. I like that Little Pimp. You know what? I like that guy.
I like that guy. Trade yourself. Hendo, who need to trade themselves this week?
Goddamn it, Lamar Jackson. How you out here supposed to be recruiting motherfuckers to a team and you won't guarantee money? How you sit here and watch another man get the money you want, and you sitting here talking about you won't guarantee, man? What do you want? What do you want, man? Trade your goddamn stuff, man, because this shit ain't making no sense. You sitting here arguing, crying about how you ain't finna show up to all this shit. You threatening to sit out, but yet you out here trying to recruit another person out here for some money that you arguing about. That don't make no sense to me, man. This is where I think an agent needs to come into play for him, because this don't make no sense. You doing all this bitching.
Yeah,
you doing all this bitching and moaning.
At some point, a few times during this whole thing, I thought, I don't know if it should be going on like this.
I'm sorry,
man.
man.
Seriously, man. I know if you had an agent, it would have been solved. But even by yourself, man, you could have probably figured this out by now. I mean, you got to understand, though, too. You ain't even paying a fucking agent. You pocketing a whole bunch of extra money, at least 15, 20%. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but see,
the deal is been on the table.
You worried about next year's contract. You still get money this year, though. But you still getting big money this year. You worried about next year's contract already.
But see, that's why I'm playing, man. That franchise tag can add up to be a lot of money, man.
It can't if you play right. But see, this is where it is. He fucking them up because now they don't know if they should draft a QB or not.
Hey, then that's
the issue.
He can still move around. He can still protect his safety this year. Still holler at other teams this year.
But
he's still in firm control. He can take whatever deal is on the table at any time.
But you sitting here reportedly out here recruiting receivers, and Odell don't come for cheap. And you sitting here and watching this man still get money that you need and are arguing with a team for and complaining that you not getting.
I wouldn't be surprised if he signed soon. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't really make that much sense to just.
What you waiting for, man?
He was mad that Deshaun Watson money.
They have to trade him.
Once he seen that Deshaun Watson money, he thought, well, shit, I'm actually playing, and I've been the MVP. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than Deshaun Watson.
Okay, but worst case scenario.
But he figured out that Cleveland is just stupid as shit, and no one else is gonna do this contract.
I do not argue about that.
You know what I'm saying?
They do the dumbest shit ever. I never understood any of the shit they be doing. But long story short though is like you've seen players play unhappy throughout a season or threaten to sit out, right? And now you miss a lot of OT, right, and practice with guys, and you need to be in here with reps because if you guys are trying to make a push, you're not pushing to lose. And last time I looked, the AFC isn't getting any lighter; it's getting heavier.
That's why I say,
and you guys are playing to win. So
he might sign.
Click in if you got
training camp. If he don't sign,
are we waiting though?
Before during training camp, he still got a lot of leverage until he signs. And the closer you get to training camp, they want him there too. As much as he want to be there, they want him there too.
Go play this.
That's the leverage.
Go play this franchise tag. Don't sit here. Just go play the franchise tag and play it. You right now, there's quarterbacks out here with their receivers right now in Palm Springs and shit like that, running routes and going with their shit and working in the off season. Meanwhile, you sitting in your car, jamming, cruising and shit, and you not putting in no work, and you asking all this money because I know you're not putting in work because you be out there working with your receivers, and you don't know who your receivers fully is right now because you don't know who you playing or if you playing. Stop holding the team hostage. Be out here working. Right. Be more productive is all I'm saying. I like dude. I want to see him get better. I don't want them motherfuckers to see here and be like, oh, he can't never win because he a run top. I want to see his ass win, just like I want to see Cam Newton win.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying, but trade yourself, man. You need to figure this shit out.
Yeah, figure that shit out.
I'm sorry.
Maybe a different day. Completely disagree. I think the fact anyone will put this on Lamar Jackson is crazy. I think the Baltimore Ravens have had 2 years to get this contract done.
I mean, truth.
You've had 2 years to get this done. Okay, you just made middle linebacker highest paid player, highest paid.
And then you sign another nigga though.
Ever, right? With no agent. He doesn't have an agent, right? No one talks about that, which is so
What,
weird.
what number do you think Lamar should settle for then?
That's-
Or what number
but-
do you think they should offer then?
Huh?
What number do you think the
No.
Baltimore Ravens should-
What I'm saying is, you guys have had 2 years to get this done. The fact that people are putting this on Lamar has went out there and he's played. He played under franchise contract.
But they arguing about a number though.
And I agree with that. I can't say what that number is.
Yeah,
My
right.
thing, but I'm putting the earnest on the franchise. You've had 2 years to get this done. If
Yeah.
we can't get it's a time frame thing. We haven't gotten this done now. We have to trade you because now it's a circus. Now that's when the agent comes into play. You didn't hear shit about an agent with the middle linebacker.
But the whole
You
thing
didn't hear
is,
nothing about that.
the whole thing is middle linebacker money ain't quarterback
That's-
money.
that's
We
what I'm
talking
saying.
we talking about 15, 18
not-
million spread over 3 years.
No,
we
you're
talking about
60
200.
million.
Okay, spread over there. That's nowhere.
No.
60 million ain't nowhere.
But
What he won't
you're not-
guarantee.
you're not-
280 million.
No, fam, you're missing.
Okay,
you're missing
long
the
story
point.
short, what I'm putting on Lamar, what I am putting on Lamar, because this is what I said I'm trading him for, is because they said he was the primary person to be out there in Odell's ear to bring him to here, to bring him to Baltimore. They said one of the big reasons was Lamar Jackson went out and was talking to Odell like, fam, I need you here. How the hell is you sitting here recruiting these motherfuckers to pick up a high-end receiver and you not getting your money that you arguing for? Doesn't that seem foolish?
Well,
Does that not seem foolish?
another thing on the side of Lamar. Another thing on the side of Lamar here though.
But you trying to argue for his money though.
Odell-
So it does. If that takes,
But
if we have a
Odell
piece of the
wanted that
pie
money.
and you take a piece of the pie, I no longer get this piece
Odell
of the pie.
would
Right,
have been on the
I'll
team
explain
already.
myself once he's done.
Odell would have been on the team already if somebody was offering him $15 million. That was his number that we knew. We
Yeah.
knew that was his number. You know what I'm saying? So Baltimore, he just went and signed with a team that gave him the money.
Fam. Exactly. Like I
And
like
then it's
that.
18.
And then what you're going by what they're saying. We don't fucking know what they're. Of course they're going to say that. But that's why Odell signed with Baltimore. No one else was going to give Odell Beckham Jr. for what X wide
15.
receiver money.
15.
That's why. That's
15
why he's
was
with
the
Baltimore.
number.
But how
Let me get now. What I will say is this. Baltimore, knowing that they are friends, could have did the same fucking thing that Packers did with Aaron Rodgers. We know you and Randall Cobb are good friends. We might not think Randall Cobb is shit, but because that's gonna keep you happy, cool. They're looking at it, cool. Lamar, yeah, we know you won't guarantee money, but as you see, these other teams in the league aren't gonna pay you that. So yeah, we're gonna bring Odell. You pretty much have the option of sitting out, missing $32 million, or signing with us, which is looking more and more like closer to the draft. He's gonna have to bite the bullet and sign the $32 million franchise tag. But I'm just simply saying I feel like that's bullshit, and I'm not putting a lot of the earnest on him because they've had 2 years to get the deal done. You could have been traded him and gotten something else because now it's a fucking circus. Now it's what are they going to do with the pick? I don't know. We might explore a quarterback. Okay, now it's a fucking circus because now it's okay. Now you got a guy that's a franchise quarterback that's in his prime. Now that's going to be unhappy. How is that going to look on a franchise? So now what he
That's
could.
what I'm saying.
So
that's exactly what I'm saying.
right, but
I
I'm
don't
not,
know if this
but I'm-
franchise care. This ain't Najee Newsome no more.
but right, I understand that. But that's why I'm not putting that on him. If you're not going to pay me, then you should trade me because this is my number. This is what I'm going by. What y'all doing now is all causing a circus because you're putting all this shit out there. You not really.
So-
you don't hear shit from Lamar unless
Maybe
they say something.
maybe we kind of skipping over that this dude is a college graduate too, right? So this dude does know something, but
Yeah.
coming the aspect of this, are you trying to tell me this man went into this situation knowingly that there wasn't an option that they could put a franchise tag on him?
What do you mean?
So he knew the whole time that this could be an option, okay? You knew when you played football that they could put a franchise tag on you. They only could do it on one person, and you know damn well it's closing out and you were going to be that person, okay? So at this point, this is your decision, okay? You knew this was going to be an option, okay? Now, instead of coming in
He's
and
on
just
this rookie deal.
Oh,
So what?
it
So was he? Was he
listen,
playing the Canadian League?
No, I'm not saying nothing about that, and it has nothing to do with it. Knowing is half the power. You knew this was an option, okay? Even if it's a rookie contract, you knew they could do this to you. You know this. He's a smart man. Every player knows if a team wants to put it, they can do it on this. So I'm saying this is a knowing option.
So
at this point,
for a number that he felt he was, you know what I'm saying, worthy more than. I mean,
Is this-
he thought he deserved more money than
right?
they were offering.
And I understand it,
So here goes the negotiations.
We do understand what a franchise tag is, why it's in play, correct? Is this the first time this has ever happened to a player?
Nah, and it's not the worst thing ever. Depending on
That's
how you look
exactly what I'm
he
trying
went
to
out
say.
there and he played anyway with the contract up in the air for way less money.
Correct. Okay, and I'm getting to the point of that. I understand that.
And he
So
can shop
right
himself
now,
still.
the reason I'm saying what I'm saying is this is a choice Lamar Jackson has to make. Okay, now it's not like he not getting paid no good money. Okay, now you got a chance out here to show these motherfuckers like this is the year you give me this weapon, I'm gonna work out here. But instead of going through and just locking it up and be like, look, all right, I'm gonna do this, because mind you, he looking for a long-term guaranteed contract, and I understand that. But you ball out this year, you lock that deal in. This is for your future. Go out here and ball out. You should be working on your game
I
right
feel
now
like he
and
got
getting
all
your
the leverage
receivers
right
together
now as
and
far as
working on shit.
negotiation.
But
the
there's
draft
other
is
but,
coming up, and if they
Wait,
want
so
to
why
be
do
dumb
you-
enough to
why
get a
do you
quarterback, they
think-
can.
Why do you think that he should just suck it up for this year?
because you getting paid great money right now. And this is
He's not. That's the point.
Right.
He's
He
not.
bullshit
Right.
money.
To him,
Aaron Rodgers getting paid $50 million. You
Yeah.
trying to give me $32
and he
million
just
and I'm at my
resigned to a different
prime?
team.
Yeah.
For
So
no, that's the same contract.
what I'm saying is
He's
ball
not,
out
that's the
this year.
point.
Just go ball out this year
No.
and prove it, and you'll lock in that contract.
You asked me to do that last year,
But there's
and I hurt
and
myself.
sometimes that's the pull of the game. But I think he's in a better shape right now. What I'm saying is right now, instead of worrying about all this right now, because right now this is the aspect of it. I like the players can get paid, but sometimes you got to play the game. Okay, a lot of players be having shit contracts, but just played the game. Scottie Pippen had the shittiest contract, but went out there and played the fucking game. And sometimes it's not about the fucking money all the time. Go play the game. Go show these guys why you deserve this money. So you go in there and ball out and you tell them what you want, they have nothing else but to do it. Or they lose one of the best players they've ever had in franchise histories.
I
And they
completely
shit the
agree.
bed that way. I just feel sometimes players should just ball out. I know
So-
he's injury prone,
so we
but
agree.
it's the style of his play. Learn how to sit back and use that pocket a little bit. You got receivers now, but instead of working on your game, you worrying about a contract and getting money you're holding out from the team. And when players do that and you don't practice, you come into the season slow. Then people say that you start out 0-3, 0-4, and you spend the rest of the season scrambling games, and the season don't get lighter. That's all I'm saying. Don't put yourself in a position, come out. Because every time I see quarterbacks hold out, because I've seen Aaron Rodgers do it, come out, start 0-3, and people got to the Packers are having a terrible year, and then miss the playoffs. Because he started out crying about the money. Just go play the game and then show the people. This is a decision he can make, though. That's why I'm saying that.
Going to
He can
Rodgers.
make this decision.
Going to Rodgers, isn't he going to the Jets next year?
Yeah. Because
No,
that's
we
his
don't know that.
decision. It was a decision to be made, and he
We don't know
chose
that.
that way. Like, that's what I'm saying. You should be worrying about the game, because there's a lot of quarterbacks right now out there with whatever receivers they got, and they're working on the game. They're running routes. They're working out together and building on their chemistry and stuff. And you got to compete with them. I guarantee Joe Burrow working out right now. He trying to win something. Fields is working out right now. They trying to win something. There's guys working out right now. You know what I'm saying? I bet you that 49ers quarterback is in there trying to figure the fuck out, because he gonna be starting. You know what I'm saying? Purdy gonna be starting. He's trying to figure the fuck out. You telling me he ain't got one of their receivers out there working it out? Kittles ain't working. I work with you because they want to win, and they working on chemistry. And you not gonna win no championship if you ain't got no chemistry. And that's point blank. And that's what I'm saying. He got a choice to make. And I feel like he should just go ahead and be like, you know what, whatever. Let them go get another weapon. If he lock it in, they can go get him another receiver. Lock it in. Just fuck it. Just go play, man. Use the receivers, and if you go out there and ball out, you getting your paid. You get money.
Okay.
Somebody gonna pick you up.
That's a great. I'm so happy we fucking agree, because what you said was if you go out there and you ball out, they're gonna pay you. Okay, how about if you go out there and you win 70% of your fucking games, and the only other person that's won more is Patrick Mahomes? Should he fucking get paid? Yes, he should. Pay the fucking man. I'm not putting that shit on Lamar Jackson. Y'all niggas need to pay him. He wins 70% of his fucking games. Okay, don't pay him. We see what the fuck y'all were with him, without him. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. They need to fucking pay him. Period. Get paid that nigga. But pay him. If you don't know what, give him Aaron Rodgers money then. 3 year, 150. If you don't want to take that, then we're trading you. I'll put that on them.
I'll end on this note.
I'll put that on them, bro.
I've watched players, great players, take less money to win. I watched D Wade take less money and get
D Wade already had the bag.
But no, listen. I watched D Wade take less money over a period of years, get into it with Pat Riley on some money that Pat Riley owed him, then get all that money in a 1-year contract and then leave and go to the Bulls. I'm just saying, sometimes winners got to make winners moves. It can't always be about the money right now. And I know he's trying to get the bag, but I'm trying to lock him in the bag. I want him to get paid. I do. But right now, they having a hard time justifying that. Go out there and show them why you worth that money. I know you win 70% of your games, but sometimes niggas get shitty deals. And look at Scottie Pippen shit. Sometimes you just get shitty deals, so you got to prove to niggas. I'm just saying, Scottie got paid right in the back end. When he went to the Rockets, he got paid. I'm just saying, when he went to the Blazers, he got paid. They gave him money. They hooked him up. They was like, man, you a 6-time. Hey, here.
He missed out on a lot of money.
He did. But he got it back in the back end. I mean, I know he's a little salty on that, but he signed some fucked up deals. I'm just saying, I want the man to succeed, but I think if he run this month, it's a lock-in for him. Because no matter what, he's going to be a high endorsement, because we also ain't talking about what he does endorsement-wise, because he makes a lot of good money off Nike and Gatorade and everybody else and Wheaties too. So it ain't like he ain't overall eating. I'm just saying, he's not missing a meal, okay? But going here and ball out. We act like the man ain't got no money, though. We act like he broke. Like, we act like he living in a Benz or something. Just the Benz. You know, this man got money. I'm just saying, sometimes you just got to ball the fuck out and show him. I know you've been balling out, but continue to ball out, my guy. But it's a decision you can make right now to be better. That's all I'm saying. I want you to win 80% of your games. Fuck 70.
Trade yourself this week. I picked all the people that are happy about Odell Beckham going to the Ravens. Odell Beckham is not as flat, like grossly overrated. He is at best a third string wide receiver.
Damn, not a third, a two, not even two.
He's a third string, bro. Like when you look at his numbers, Odell Beckham has not balled out since he's been with the Giants.
Nope.
He really had 2, maybe 3.
Was he a number one then when he was with them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal.
Yep.
He was phenomenal with the Giants, but he has not been one. He's been injury prone.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm saying, like, that's why no one else picked him up. I mean, that's why no one else is picking up DeAndre Hopkins, because he's asking for so much fucking money. No one's gonna pay Odell, a third string guy, $15 million. You're not gonna pay him like you're gonna pay Amari Cooper. You're just not. So I think all those people making a big deal about Odell going to the Ravens, not a big fucking deal at all. I don't think that's not at all gonna make Lamar Jackson pee in his pants and say, hey, I want to go out in the hot sun and work with my third string wide receiver. I think Odell is not going to make
that's just one piece
better.
of some moves, though. I think they still got some moves they're going to make.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was just a move to make, like I said, Lamar Jackson content and want to at least come back in there. And I feel like it was a good move, but if I'm him, I'm bringing Odell, and we working out right now, though, is what I'm saying. I'm not worrying about me and him having private workouts. I feel like he should just be putting the work in right now.
They can still do that.
I know they can, but
still do that, bro.
I feel like if the Ravens knew you locked in, they can give you more weapons, is what I'm saying. So, like, as long as you keep, referring to, like you said, it's a circus right now. If you just lock it in, be like, look, bro, look, I'm going to do this. Look out me on the back end. We're going to make this shit happen. Give me some weapons in. If I don't get my money on doing, give me some weapons in. And I'm going to make this shit happen. We're going to ball the fuck out. But if you lock that in and don't keep everybody guessing, you don't get the weapons. Now you come out here halfway incomplete. I'm just saying, like, if you give them that certainty, they will be like, look, man, hey, we gonna snap on the draft. Like, we gonna do something. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. No, you're right.
They got to come with a better offer.
They do.
At least.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
He's at least
but it don't sound like they're trying to move off shit right now. So it's like, man, just say fuck it. I'm just saying, say fuck it. Just take it.
Honestly, what it's looking more and more like, I think Lamar is understanding that these owners, whether or not I agree with it or not, I think they should all be guaranteed. But I think he's understanding that he's not going to get that contract. It's looking more and more like he's going to have to play this year on a franchise tag. If nothing happens, he's going to have to play another year on a franchise tag. So
you can't do it twice in a row like that. Not on the same player. No. You can't do back-to-back franchise
they
tags.
just franchise him last year. Maybe not.
No. That wasn't. Nope. This is his first year on the franchise tag. He just played out his whole deal. He played out. You can't back-to-back franchise. No, you can't do back-to-backers.
Yeah.
No, you can't. I'm pretty sure you can't do back-to-back franchise tags on.
I thought Kirk
I'm pretty
Cousins
sure you
did.
can. You can back-to-back franchise. I'm pretty sure.
I thought Kirk Cousins had back-to-back.
Yeah.
No, they restructured his deal.
Oh, well.
They restructured Kirk Cousins' deal in the middle of his shit. Hell yeah, because he was balling out. And just like they did Lamar Jackson, I'm pretty sure they restructured his shit. That's why his shit went out. And now he coming to the end of it. I don't think you can do back-to-back.
We got some bills to pay. We'll tell these people, Hendo.
We out, man. Press break, man. If your ass want something to eat, some cheesy nachos, Italian beef, man, go down there and holler at my man Snipes, man. I just went and messed with him the other night. Drop a good 50 popper down there, man.
You can franchise a player after 3 times.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
That was right. You franchise them this year, next year, and the year after. That's what I thought I heard. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, well,
that's
shit.
what
Ball,
I
bro.
was saying.
Go ball, nigga.
That's what I always be, man,
Yeah.
referencing Kirk Cousins, bro. He keep getting the franchise tag.
But
this
that,
motherfucker's made a
that's
whole bunch of
different.
money.
But that's different with Lamar because he's a running quarterback.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Therefore, he's putting himself
Yeah.
more at
Yeah,
detriment.
yeah.
Like I'm gonna ball, but I kind of need that little bit more security.
And the
because
reason why I say he's like a $47 million a year dude is because, you know what I'm saying, like, inflation is a mother effer. Like the Scottie Pippen deal you keep mentioning, when you look back at that deal, it's even worse. When he signed it, what was that, $19 million or whatever? That sounds good then. Yeah. But
Niggas was everybody whispered,
good.
like,
You
don't
know what I'm
do it.
saying? We ain't never had nothing.
But okay.
But when you look back on it, you embarrassed by it.
And the
You know what I'm
majority of
saying?
times
And
when
if you
guys
look
win their
back
Super
on it,
Bowls, they on their rookie deal. When Aaron Rodgers came in, he was when they just got there, and then they just paid him. He didn't get his big money into the back end. Sometimes I'm just saying you gotta take that little elbow. When Troy Aikman was doing that shit, he was winning on. You know what I'm saying? When Dak was looking his best,
like $10 and $20 million or $10 and $15 million, you being shorted per year though.
but that's
Type
just
shit to put
but
your body
listen,
on the
and
line.
I get that, all right. But then I look back at people like what I was mentioning earlier, like Gronk. Gronk never spent any of his NFL money. He wasn't having this blow out the water stuff. He was just living off the endorsement money. And I get it, but when I look at a tight end that blocks and the type of hits that man was taking below his chest and in his back and the injuries he had to take and why he retired twice, I'm just saying, I understand the game, but some parts of the game, in the back end, but he also was getting endorsement money. We talking about Lamar Jackson. He getting big endorsement money. I'm just saying, we acting like the man not eating otherwise. He is getting other deals. There's Gatorade, there's Nike. Yes,
But what the going rate is, he should not get shortchanged because he doesn't have an agent. And that's the way I look at it.
What the market is asking pay. That's all we said. If you
I get it.
If you pay Aaron Rodgers 50,
it is what it is.
you can't tell me you can't.
And not what Deshaun Watson contract said is. We know that's extravagant. But like, you know what I'm saying? Even with Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like a lot, but it's a team friendly
Do you think Breeze got paid more in the beginning of his career or in the back
definitely
end?
at the end. They got rid of him for fucking Rivers and fucking San
Jared
Diego,
Goff.
which is one of the dumbest
Okay.
decisions ever.
Jared Goff. Do you think he got paid more money with the Rams, right, when he went to the Super Bowl, or do you think he's getting paid more money right now with the Lions? The reason
he was killing with the motherfuckers last year. Actually.
But sometimes what I'm saying is, when I watch these guys ball out their best, it's not about the money. It's about balling out. You gotta sometimes, I get it, but sometimes you gotta ball though too, man. Sometimes you gotta ball. When do we come for the love of the game though too? And I understand the style of play, but like, it's crazy though because I used to watch a more aggressive running quarterback with the style in the name of Michael Vick. And when was Michael Vick out here crying about the money?
That nigga was paid.
He was
I get it. I get it. I'm just saying. And I get it.
He got paid twice.
That second time the owner came back for his money. Remember that shit? He went to jail. He came back for his money.
Yeah, he gave him $100
Boy, that
million.
motherfucker like Vick was having it.
But sometimes you just play though too. There was a reason why he was getting the money. You play. Just play the game, man. Sometimes just play. All I'm saying is just play, man. Show them why you need to be that. Because sometimes a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Then just show it up.
Gonna play.
Old Heads episode 48. And hey, actually might be having some snow next week, man. You got to check out King KO Car Wash if you're in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Brother always said Saturday nights, go get you them cheesy beefs, cheesy nachos at Press Break. Also, Saturday night, man, you want to listen to some good music, maybe playing some cards or something like that. Download that app, Bump That Radio app, man. Check out my boy Dietrich Manuel, man. Download the Bump That Radio app. Old Heads episode 48, man. Having a great time.
Breath of fresh, man.
Breath of fresh.
It's about to be nice out soon. If it get ugly and you out there on that snowdrop, you're going to want to get your shoes done and looked at, man. Restored, man. Go holler at Focus, man. He got a good selection down there. And then, you know, man, maybe you want to look for some little low tops or something later. Go check out my man at the closet, man. He got some dunks and stuff in there. Knowing him, he probably got some Louis Vuitton dunks in there or something. With the glass gum bottoms, who knows, man? You be having all types of exotic shit, yeah. Yeezy slides and everything.
All that good stuff, man. So check them brothers out, man, Saturday night. Hey, episode 50 coming up, man. That's going to be huge. Please, I said it before, but say it again. Go subscribe. Check us out on YouTube, man. C Hendo, also Old Head Sports Podcast on YouTube. Check us out Saturday night, 6:15, man, in the basement. We are going to be here, man. Keep bringing y'all this great content. I'm your co-host, O'Milly, signing off, man. I'm going to let these brothers, you know what I'm saying, tell you where you can find them at, and yeah, keep it moving.
Man, you can just catch me out here, man. Hendo out, man. French loaf out. What motherfucking needs?
Yes, sir.
The boy Bills, man. Old Heads. Holla at us, man. Shout out to the boy Focus, man, at that rap battle tonight, man.
Yeah, shout out Focus,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? When he said the blood.
Luck, my guy. I know you a monster, man. Mad as hell, I can't be there.
Yeah. Jordan, special guest, man. Want to say anything, anybody?
Yeah, you can find me in La Crosse. That's it. I'm pretty low. Trying to stay indoors.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you rocking with us today, man. Old Heads episode 48, man. We out of here. My nigga.